Hi guys, welcome to my channel, the #1 place for all things beauty, fashion, and lifestyle. It's Lady M here, and in today's video, we're gonna be doing a little bit of unboxing. I just picked up the Pat McGrath Bridgerton Collection, and I am so excited to unbox it with you guys today, do some live swatches, do a demo, and create this amazing eye look for you guys today. And this collection came out around the holidays, like literally right after Christmas. And it's probably Pat McGrath's second collab with a TV show or movie. So I was super excited when I saw that, so I had to pick it up. All right, before we hop into today's video, if you aren't already subscribed, you're not part of the Lady M fam, then why not? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below. While you're there, be sure to turn on your notification bells to be notified whenever I upload new videos. All right, I am so excited to be showing you this collection, so let's jump right in. So I was able to pick up the collection December 26th, and I finally got it in the mail a couple days ago. So I've been playing around with everything, and so now I am finally ready to sit down and film the video. First, if we just take a look at the packaging, you guys know that Pat McGrath always comes through when it comes to packaging. I really love the purple. The purple, the roses, the pearls, the diamonds. I feel like the aesthetics of the series on Netflix and Pat McGrath really meshed well. Now, I don't watch the movie, so I don't know anything about the movie, but I do love Pat. And so I was ready to snag this immediately when I saw. So the first part of the collection has the Divine Blush and Grow Trio. It's called Love at First Blush. How cute, right? And this contains Cherish, Nymphette, and Venus Vector. And remember, Venus Vector made its debut in the holiday collection when they had the blush trio. Now, I already own these blushes on their own as individual colors. So I really didn't necessarily need this. And I also have one of the blush palettes from the holiday collection. So this is Cherish, Nymphite in the middle, and Venus Nectar. And I'm just gonna go ahead and, of course, do some swatches. Cherish is a really pretty pink blush. So let me see where I'm gonna do it here. So this is Venus Nectar, so pretty. And then this is Nymphette, and then this is Cherish. So there you have the three colors. I feel like Nymphette is a lot lighter here than in the single shadow, in the single blush. So for me, it would work for me, but you know, not necessarily a color that I would totally gravitate to. So if you're about 2 shades lighter than me, then Nymphette is gonna be gorgeous, but I do love Cherish. So, and y'all see Venus Nectar? That is just gorge. So those are the blushes from the trio. Another part of the collection had 2 highlighters and the palette, and we're gonna get into that next. All right, next up, I bought the 2 highlighters. It's called Incandescent Gold 02 and Extreme Gold 02. Now, when I saw these, I was like, okay, that is not gonna work. But nonetheless, I'm gonna get it because I just love Pat. And of course, the packaging is the same as what the blush trio is. It just says Pat McGrath Labs times Bridgerton, and this is the Skin Fetish Sublime Skin Highlighter, and this has 10.5 grams of product. So I do know that on this packaging, this is the regular, you know, luxury packaging. The blush palette was that same cardboard packaging that she's had in like previous holiday collections. But anyway, this is the packaging here. It has the logo for the Bridgerton, and then when you open it, oh my God, it has the embossed, look at that, with the crown and the angel, whether you want to say holding or chasing the crown. So let me go ahead and swatch that. When I first saw that, I immediately thought about the Fenty Trophy Wife. That was the vibes that it was giving me. And this has a really big mirror on the other side. So very nice packaging. Like I said, it's in the cardboard, but it also has the nice plastic hard case, you know, whatever you want to call it, packaging. So it's not the cardboard packaging. So that was gold. And then this one is, this one is the incandescent gold 02. So again, same package right there. And this one is more like a softer gold. So let me just go ahead and swatch that so you can see the color. So very nice champagne kind of gold. And then the other one is like gold. So yeah, the other one totally reminds me of the Fenty Trophy Wife. So I wasn't a really big fan of Trophy Wife. I felt like it was too much of that green gold and I didn't like it. But this one is definitely just like a gold. It's not green. It's just like a true gold. So now let's get into what I have been waiting for, and that is the palette. We're gonna do some swatches, and then I'm gonna get into a eye look, and I'm gonna try to use all the colors in the palette. So let's get into it. Now, this collection is completely sold out. So if you want this collection, you're gonna have to add your name to the wait list to be able to get this collection. Now, this collection is probably the second time that Pat McGrath has done a collab with a movie. You know, her first one was with Star Wars, and that one I don't own. I didn't pick it up and I missed out. It never came back. So, but this one, I do feel like, first off, look at that. The palette completely lays flat. There is a big mirror on the other side, and it says, flawless, my dear. So we're gonna get flawless today with this palette. Same packaging, nice. I love the purple, the roses, and then the pearls. We're gonna clutch them pearls, okay? So yeah, let me go ahead and show you the colors before we get into some swatches. And I probably was most excited for this shade right here. And this time, this is the first time she has one of those astral shades in this palette, and that one is Regency Blue. And then the other shades in here are gonna be that baked formula, which is new as well to Pat McGrath. I don't think we've seen those in any other palettes. So I'm gonna go ahead and get some swatches going so we can take a look. Oh, and this is embossed, which is probably what I like most. I'm gonna see if I could cover it and you guys can see right up in there. You can see the bees, and then one of those shades has like a crown or something in it. So that's pretty dope. So I swatched the first row, Iconic Ingenuity, Art of the Swoon, and Regency Blue. So Regency Blue, that's that astral shade. That's a shade that's not really gonna work on its own well unless you have glitter glue or something underneath, if you're gonna wear that all on its own. So those are the swatches of the first 3 shades. Only has six shades. That astral blue is everything. And then I'm gonna kind of wipe my hands, and then we're gonna get into the second row. All right, so the second row has Love Match, Duchess, Divinity, and Plum Regalia. Plum Regalia is definitely right up my alley, and so is Love Match. So we're gonna start with Love Match, and then Duchess, Divinity, and then that Swoon, is it called Swoon? Plum Regalia. So the bottom is the next three shades. How gorgeous is that? So you can see that Art of the Swoon and Love Match are gonna be that satin formula, and those are gonna be a little bit more on the baked side. So whenever I use Pat McGrath satin shades, I always like to use goat hair brushes or natural hair brushes, squirrel hair, any one of those, because I feel like they do a really good job of blending into the crease without that high shine. So I'm gonna be using some of my Sonia G, probably my Wayne Goss brushes. So let's go ahead and get into the eyes, shall we? So for today's look, I'm literally gonna use the three bottom shades for my eyes. I'm gonna put the Blue Regency or Regency Blue as like a topper. And then I'm actually gonna do Art of the Swoon as a blush. I feel like Love Match and Art of the Swoon would be pretty as blushes. So I'm gonna use those. I'm not gonna use the blush palette just because I have those individual blushes. If you wanna see swatches and demo, I will link the video in the cards so you can check out the review that I did and demo of all the Pat McGrath blushes. So again, I have my Wayne Goss brush in number 62, and I'm going in with Love Match. And like I said, I just love these brushes. So there I am just packing the color down and just blending it out. In this, I just want to put this down as like a nice transition color. And when I like zoom you guys in, you can see that you can't really tell that this is more of a satin kind of shade because it really doesn't have that high sheen. And I feel like it's just because of the type of hair brush that I am using. So definitely brushes make a difference in the application and finish of the eyeshadows. So that's done. Gonna go in with Plum Regalia, and then we will see what that looks like. All right, so I did go in with Plum Regalia already on this eye, and I focused the color in the crease and also in the outer corner. And just to say, Plum Regalia is one of Pat's typical matte shades. They are very pigmented, so I am using a more fluffy brush. I'm still using the same brush, the Wayne Goss number 16. So I'm still using a fluffy brush as I apply that, and you can see how pigmented that shade is. And I tapped off my brush, and so I am just going in with that color. So right now I just laid it into the crease, but then I'm gonna go in and pack that on the outer portion of the crease, just to kind of give me some more dimension. And that is all we did. All right, so I'm gonna go in with Duchess Divinity, and I'm gonna use my fingers and just putting that down. And I like to use my fingers first, and then I might go in with the brush just to clean up on aisle 1. So that's the shade with nothing, just my fingers. And then I'm gonna go in with the brush just to kind of clean it up just a bit. I'm sorry. You guys can see that it is just gorgeous, okay? So gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. And then on top of this is where I'm gonna put that blue color. Probably more in the center than anywhere else. So just blending that into the crease. And then I'm gonna flip the brush and then going in with, with the blue Regency. And I might just use my fingers with that too to see what it do, boo. Okay. Definitely have some fallout, but that's expected because of the type of shade that it is. But so far, I really like. Okay, so as I mentioned, I'm going to use Art of the Swoon as a blush. So oh, that's very pretty. Look at that. It almost looks like Cherish, not gonna lie. Now there we go. Now that's what you call blush. And yeah, I like to apply like higher up, and then I focus on the apples of my cheeks and then just brush it up. So very, very pretty. All right, so I was debating if I was gonna use both highlighters or just one, but I'm going to use both. I'm gonna use this incandescent gold on this side. Whoa, that's a lot. I did not mean to do that much. But again, whenever you go in crazy, listen, I'm gonna turn the brush on the tip and then just blend it out. And I'm gonna go back in with the blush brush because I can also use that to smooth it out. But that is incandescent gold. Has a little bit of texture in it. But let's see what the other color looks like. Okay, so this is the balm and I completely forgot about it. It has the one side and the light looks like the gold or something. I'll swatch it on my hands so you guys can see that's that side, and it doesn't even feel like it's a balm anymore. Oh yes, it does. And then the clear side. So I wonder if I can take this now that I have already applied and then just kind of go over it. I don't know. I don't feel like it did anything, but I definitely need it on this side. And using your fingers totally warms it up. And then put it down. So according to the website, you're supposed to, it's recommended that you use this first and then the highlighters, and that's because they have that jelly kind of texture. So they need something to adhere to, which would kind of explain why they have that, like, you know, high finish and a little bit of texture, because it doesn't really have anything to grip to. So I basically calmed it down a little bit with the balm, so that is good. And then now I'm just gonna go back over it with the blush brush. And okay, this collection, I feel like it's different from a lot of the other Pat McGrath collections. I love the color story. I do feel like, you know, you can work with this. You could do something a little bit more natural. Like all I did really to take this look up was to add the Regency blue to the lid. Without that, it would have been perfect. It was fine. I just wanted to play around with the colors to see how they work together. You could totally do all matte looks. Like you could do literally the Plum Regalia. What is that one? Art of the Swoon, love match, could all be worn on their own all over the lid, like, and be perfect every day, easy, you know, depending on how you apply. Then the Duchess Divinity could be worn on top of literally any of those 3 shades. The plum, it could be those 2 shades together. Like I did 3 shades, I did the 3 bottom rows and I made it work. So I do feel like if you like these shades, then this is something that you're going to like. I like those shades. I tend to feel like they look really good on darker skin tones. So I feel like, you know, it's a nice color story in my opinion. The only thing that I could probably have done without is literally the blush palette. I own all the blushes, so I already have those shades. I also have the holiday blush palette, and it has that Venus Nectar in it, which is good for me to travel because the holiday blush had like my favorite shades, Paradise Venus and another Electric Bloom or something in it, and those are shades that I typically use all the time, so that works. Now let's talk about the highlighters. Now I have on both highlighters on my face. The gold, I felt like it wasn't gonna work, you know, because it was like, you know, one of those. But honestly, blended out and under control, it would work. I used a pretty dense brush, which was probably not the right brush. Like if I would have used something, you know, more like fluffier, it wouldn't have packed such a big punch when I applied. But I love these. I feel like they are pretty. They can work on many skin tones. And if you're darker than me, then this gold color is going to look amazing. I don't really feel like the other color would work if you're too much darker than me, because it probably can shift. Kind of looks like it has a little bit of silver to it, so it could maybe look a little bit ashy. But again, these are products that you can use in more than one way. If you have the palette, you can use those 2 shades as blushes as well. So, I mean, I feel like there's multiple ways to get your money's worth out of the palette and the collection. So I definitely love it. Again, you know, I'm a Pat McGrath stan, so I'm here for it. I love it. I'm so glad that she was able to collab. I haven't watched the series, but I don't feel like you have to watch the series to be able to talk about the palette, you know? From what I do know, like I said, the packaging marries very well with the TV show and then Pat McGrath aesthetic. So it wasn't such like a way off collab, you know what I mean? So I'm glad that I was able to pick this up. Unfortunately, the whole collection is sold out, but you could put your name on the wait list so that whenever it comes back in stock, you can go ahead and snatch it up if it is something that you're interested in. And that's pretty much it, guys. I definitely was glad that I was able to pick this up, and I love the way the shadows perform. The only one that worked that I felt like, you know, may give you issues is Regency Blue, because it does have a lot of fallout, but that's typical for those astral shades from Pat McGrath. They work better with glitter glue. If you have her, I forget what it's called, the one thing artistry wand, then that will be perfect to give it something to stick to. All right, so that is it for today's video. Thanks for watching. Thanks for joining me in today's video. Again, don't forget to give this 2 thumbs up. Please go ahead and drop some comments in the comment section. Let me know what your thoughts are. Did you pick it up? Are you gonna put it on the wait list, or is this a pass for you? So be sure to comment below. If you aren't subscribed, then hit that subscribe button. While you're there, also turn on your notification bells to be notified whenever I upload new videos. All right, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.